Hey guys, so today is another awesome analysis on the Real Life Journal, but before I get to that, I want to talk about the app called Faller Amino. It's an app specifically designed for Gravity Falls fans, and it's a perfect way to connect with other fans. There's a news feed filled with pictures, challenges, videos, polls, and more. Also worth mentioning is the large collection of public chats that you can join. I made a VeilSkeepin94 fan chat, so you should join that if you want to talk to me directly. Download the app using the links in the description below, and be sure to visit my profile. Once you get there, definitely vote in the poll that I created and follow me. Hope you enjoyed this sponsored little part of the video, since I really think you should check this app out. Now on to the journal analysis. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going over the journal, and before I start, I want to say that I'm going to try to do this really fast. Like, I'm going to go over the cryptograms and some secrets, but I'm not going to really spend so much time on each page because I really want this series to not be that long, and honestly it's getting a little tiring just going through every page, and I want to do some other videos. So I'm going to start with this and then we'll take it from there. So this is where Ford realizes that Bill was not who he said he was. This is the point in the story when Bill just starts like turning against him, and Ford realizes that the portal he built was actually a device for evil. And if you notice on the right page, it says something is not right, and then there are all these symbols at the bottom. That's actually a code. It says fear the beast with just one eye. Now this page is really cool, like it's a really interesting design. My muse was a monster and all these different codes and stuff, and I was a puppet, and F was right. Now on the left page, the symbols are a code, and that code is interdimensional chess isn't fun when you're a pawn. The devil has a silver tongue. And on the right page there's another code. It's completely different from the first one. If Icarus could see me now, 618. Alright, now this is one of the most iconic pages in Journal 3 because this is the Bill page, and we all know that Bill is the ultimate villain of Gravity Falls. He controls everything, he can see everything, and he is the villain in the ending of the series, and he's just watching all the characters and he knows a lot of information. And on the left page there's a code at Bill Cipher's name. This was a code in the show, so this really isn't anything new, but it says liar monster snappy dresser. Now on the right page there is something worth mentioning. If you read this, it says that Ford's right eye is so sore that it bleeds on the page. Throughout the show we didn't know what the red stuff was. Like, was it actually blood? Because this is Disney and that would be pretty violent if it actually was blood, but apparently it is, and that is blood coming from Ford's eye. And honestly, that's pretty disturbing when you see it that way, because now we actually know that all this red stuff in the journal is blood, and it's not ketchup, it's not like a joke. Alright, now these two pages, they don't really have many secrets or codes, but I want to point out at the top of the right page, it's pretty weird that they use the word damned. Like, that's actually a curse word, and they use that in this kid's book. But then again, Gravity Falls isn't a show entirely for kids because of especially the events of Weirdmageddon 3 and some other stuff. Alright, this was also seen in the show, obviously. It was a big part of the story because of the Society of the Blind Eye, and this was the episode where we learned the true past of Old Man McGucket, and that was really awesome. But anyway, if you notice on the right page, there are all these symbols under the eye, and that says, if my suspicions are correct, this is the work of Fiddleford. Does he really have to go to such great lengths to forget? And this was also in the show, so it's nothing new, but it's still cool to see in the real life edition. Now the right page is saying that Ford wants to hide what he's writing. This was described in the show because there were a bunch of empty pages in the journal that Dipper noticed, but then he found out that there were a bunch of hidden things because of the blacklight. And this is where Ford is just trying to mess with the journal and try to hide stuff because he doesn't want it to fall into the wrong hands, and there's a bunch of information that he can write that if fallen into the wrong hands, then it would be a huge disaster. These two pages aren't really that important. It's basically just Ford discovering that Bill is actually really evil, and Ford needs to find a way to stop Bill or there are going to be some serious consequences. Alright, now these two pages are where Ford is discussing where he can hide the journals, and this was a very important part of Gravity Falls because Journal 3 was found in the first episode, as we all know, and then as the show went on we found out where the other journals were. But one interesting thing is on the right page at the bottom, we see that machine that appeared in A Tale of Two Stands, and this was what Ford created. It would always move forever, but then he scribbled it out. And this is really weird because that's like completely out of place. This page is talking about hiding places, and then all of a sudden it's just this invention, so I would wonder why Ford did that. Now, we've seen the left page, it's nothing new. The right page has codes that were never actually seen in the show before. You snooze, you lose, pal. Don't you understand I'm only trying to free your dimension? I ask you, why should time only move forward? Why must cause precede event? Who voted on the laws of physics? Rules are perversions against all will. That's why I'm about to rewrite the whole system, buddy, and no one is going to stop me. And this is Bill. He's just taking over and just writing all these different codes. These are also two very significant pages in the journal. Trust no one, that was found in the very first episode by Dipper. This is what started Gravity Falls. Trust no one. It's a message that's really important because Dipper just took it to heart. He didn't trust people once he saw this, and this is what just set every event of Gravity Falls in motion. And then there are some empty pages, and it goes to Dipper. Now, Dipper has a bunch of pages in this journal. Throughout the course of the show, he was writing in the journal, but honestly, not really anything happened during those pages. So in the next journal analysis video, I'm going to go straight to Ford. I'm not really going to talk about Dipper's pages because it's basically like a recap of the show. I mean, it's really good to read because you get extra context on stuff. But I'm just going to go straight to Ford's notes, and I hope you guys understand that because I want to get this journal analysis done and out of the way so I can focus on more videos and different stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to comment below and let me know. Subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.